2v2 Desert Showdown. Blue team looking very green. We have a couple of Orks. First up is WAAAGH as a Warboss, angry melee commander that walks through cover. Very good offense, disruption and support from the front lines, and can be incredibly tough late game. Alongside is Adila as a Kommando infiltrating commander that shoots you, stabs you and blows you up. Orky style, begins ranged combat with a twin link shooter. Red team, Floid, big stompy Hive Tyrant, very durable commander, walks through cover and cannot be suppressed. Great offense, disruption and support, begins with a basic synapse helping out his smaller Tyranids. And rounded out, red team is Qwest, plays a Chaos Lord, durable and destructive commander, walks through cover and cannot be suppressed. Very good offense and disruption, fights in melee combat. This is Wordbearer's DLC. Chaos Lord stunned by the Commander stun bomb, as you can see there, his starting ability. One of the best commanders out the gate, I think, the Commander. A great ranged weapon with high burst damage and that awesome stun bomb. Here's Kill the Weak from the Chaos Lord. This is Beta 7. His starting ability of Kill the Weak got nerfed. Cooldown is now 40 seconds up from 25. That's quite a significant increase. You could use it multiple times in the same engagement before, which could make the Chaos Lord just utterly pointless to engage in certain situations. Some might argue that's the point of the Chaos Lord, but all in all I think it's a good change. He's still going to continue to be one of the strongest commander choices in the game in pretty much every matchup. Very, very strong commander, always has been in all game modes. Warboss in trouble here. He's trying to bait a stomp on those Hormagaunts as they jump in, but he's going to go down in retreat here, I think. Hormagaunts should catch him. Yep, down he goes. Spore Mines up for Floid, and now WAAAGH, without his Warboss up, is going to struggle here, I think, early on. He's going for a Pain Boy. Heretics hitting power. Both teams with two natural powers, one in the mid and another one on their natural sides. VPs on this map very close to the bases, which is a bit odd. It's a decent map, I think. You get some good games on it. Sometimes the maps that have some quirks like that give you some good games. 487, 498, single cap for red. Qwest with Chaos Space Marines in between two Heretic squads. Here's some Khorne Worship, boosting the speed of all of the Chaos Lord's units, including vehicles and everything. On balance, I think the best Chaos Worship, all in all, in my opinion. Mobility is so important in this game, and Chaos generally lack it. Kicking off over here, Floyd doing very well, has decapped this power point. Here's the Pain Boy though. Support sub-commander for Orks in tier 1, can heal Ork units with a heal over time ability and does some pretty good damage as well. He has been toned down in Beta 7 though, lost 100 health, so he's down to 700 now from 800, and his damage reduced from 50 DPS power melee, which was pretty nuts, down to 40, so still a danger, but not quite as insane as he was. But still want some suppression around to control him, I think. He does get away there. Leading the lines, really good for leading lines when you don't have a melee commander. WAAAGH does though. Still down, not sure if Adila's going to come over and help him out with a revive. He's not going to decap that with his commander, looks like he is coming over now. Yeah, Pain Boy, a serious pain in the arse, healing sluggers as he runs in alongside them. You're torn between trying to force off the sluggers, which are going to deal a lot of damage if left unchecked, and trying to force off the Pain Boy himself. We've got burners up for Adila's sluggers, gives them a couple of power weapons and a health increase, of course. Also gives them some ranged burners to use to burn down generators and stuff. Raptors up for Qwest, forcing off the shooters. These guys are jump troops that suppress enemies when they land. Some good DPS output as well. No sign of a combi flamer, nothing for the Hive Tyrant either. Commander is getting some stick bombs, and the Warboss is up, revived by that Commander, which hasn't leveled him. Stormboy's on the way for WAAAGH. He's going for a pretty spiteful melee build here. He's going to have a Pain Boy, Sluggers and Stormboys alongside Warboss buffs that could be very painful. Red team hitting power, dominating the map so far. One generator goes down, but here come a whole bunch of Orks, double shooters with that sustained range DPS that they have. Typically you don't want to stay in a prolonged firefight with shooters, but they will wear you down with that DPS. Raptors immediately retreat. There's a use your choppers on the sluggers. Can they make them waste it? Looks like they have. One of the ways to combat orcs is to make them waste their WAAAGH. They do constantly passively get WAAAGH over and over, but they need to use it for most of their abilities, and if you can make them waste it, especially those global Warboss buffs, you're doing your job. And those sluggers were unable to use your choppers at all there. We have warriors with a barbed strangler for Floid, instant suppression and area of effect damage, very powerful versus light infantry in particular. Does some decent damage output this thing. Don't underestimate the damage of a barbed strangler on your face. Here are those Storm Boys, jump troops with power melee weapons, incredibly dangerous to those warriors, especially since they have that barbed strangler now. 349, 498, still kicking off around this power. Chaos Space Marine shooting up with their bolters, now suppressed. Adila has gone for some looters here. Setup team with that death gun which suppresses infantry. Really good setup team in Elite, buffed across the board compared to retail. Now they're actually worth getting compared to shooters. Raptors going after the Kommando knob. Is he going to throw stick bombs at them? No, throws a stun bomb and retreats out. Good little tactic for the Kommando knob. You can throw a stun bomb at your feet and then retreat out of your own stun, leaving your enemy confused. Brood Nest up from Floid. Global ability of the Hive Tyrant costs 100 red, gives you that on-field reinforcement anywhere you have line of sight, and a little bit of health regen. A really awesome global, and the range on the reinforcement is quite large. Is he going to decap here? Surely he is, yes. Tier 2 for Qwest. He's lost one of his heretics, so he's going into tier 2 quite thin. Can he get a quick blood crusher out or something? Doesn't have a lot of resources as he goes in there. 335, 483. Raptors being quite a nuisance to Adila here. Thought maybe he'd try and counter-initiate with the Assassin's Knife, or Assassin's Knife as it's called by the Orcs. But no, he's going to rely on his sluggers with their burners, but these aspiring champion heretics are a big threat to them. You have that Chaos Marine leader, now a pretty powerful melee counter, especially in tier 1. They do fall off a bit as a melee counter as the game progresses, as you'd expect, but in tier 1 they can pretty much dominate melee fights with a bit of support. 335, 476. Barb Strangler going off on the sluggers, but there is the heal over time from the Pain Boy. You can upgrade that ability in tier 2. In fact, I think it pretty much doubles the effectiveness of it. Raptors jumping in, suppressing 2 squads there with the jump. I have Tyrant alongside them, and he forces off all of those orcs. Storm Boys also in retreat, lost a model. Can bleed you quite a lot, Storm Boys. Heretics getting away for Qwest. Stick bombs in retreat path, maybe? Nope. Adila, of course, no stranger to retreat grenades. 335, 458 is a double cap for blue. Have wormed their way back into this because of Qwest's relatively early tier 2 with a thin tier 1 army. If you had that other heretics squad alive, would have been a lot better. But still the pressure on this blue gen farm. Raptors now with their aspiring champion for Qwest gets that 40 DPS power melee lightning claw alongside the other models smacking in the face. They become quite dangerous. Also gives them the demonic strength. Is that what it's called? It's something like that. I always forget the name of that ability, which knocks back and does heavy damage to a single model. And now in beta 7 it's a tracking ability, so you don't need to worry about trying to hit it. It can be quite difficult to hit with models constantly moving around. Now if you use it, it will track its target and always hit. Storm Boys with their knob leader here. Gives them a heavy melee model. Still wields a knife, but he does it with immense strength and belief in the WAAAGH. Kommando trying to hit that node and almost took it down there. We might see it repaired. This is a nasty melee bob. How is Floid going to respond? And of course, Floid, being Floid, responds in kind with some Gene Stealers. And I fully expect these Warrior Brood models to become Adrenal Gland. Melee Synapse, guys. 314, 441. He might drop down some more warriors to do that with his red. He doesn't have the red to do so though, so that's not happening. 314, 436. Chaos Lord going after the Kommando. Can he finish him off? Stick bombs take out 3 heretics. There's some Corn Worship, but the Chaos Lord cannot catch him. Weird Boy for Adila. I was just about to say the Weird Boy would help him out here, and he gets one immediately. User choppers on the sluggers, and there is Swampum as well, given it to them by their Knob Leader. Decreases the range damage they take by 40% and increases their speed for the duration. But again, unable to really make that user choppers pay off. But down goes the Hive Tyrant here. Floyd losing track of his commander, and down he went. And WAAAGH now pushing back quite hard. Warboss has the cyborg implants, which will help him out greatly when he faces these Gene Stealers, because those guys hurt a lot. Warrior Brood with those adrenal glands, giving them 60% more health to the Hormagaunts and the Gene Stealers, and a plus 10 melee skill. 314, 380. Weird Boy is up. Sub-Commander for Orks in tier 2. Awesome for dealing with clumps of infantry. Can support as well with Warpath and stuff. It's going to be a nightmare for Qwest, because he's going to... Oh, he can jump in his raptors like that. Or if he keeps his raptors clumped with his heretics and doesn't pay attention, he's just going to get warp vomited off the field. That was a really good usage of stick bombs there by the Commander Dog. Chaos Space Marines unupgraded, trying to outshoot these shooters. They don't have their Knob Leader, so they will be outshot out of cover like that. Raptors will retreat, doesn't want to lose a model. Oh, kicking off over here. You see the Gene Stealers using their Adrenal Rush. There is Ard Boys up on the Storm Boys. Who has the best melee in this instance? It is the Orks. Warboss buffs alongside the Pain Boy. Just Bomber Boyed a bunch of his own stuff there. WAAAGH very, very orky, but did kill a bunch of Orks, a bunch of Tyranids, I should say, as well. He really needs his Hive Tyrant around. Maybe get the improved Synapse or something. Qwest is tier 3. Very odd. Completely skipped tier 2 pretty much. Only got an aspiring champion for his Raptors, and that is it. Didn't even upgrade his Chaos Space Marines. That's a very quick tier 3. What is it, 12 minutes in or something? I'm not sure. 314, 327. Termagants are capping. Batch. Floyd's natural. Raptors jumping in. Here comes Sluggers though with those burners and Swampum. And the Weird Boy is there to support with the Warp Vomit, perhaps. There it is. Does not affect your own units. As you can see, an incredibly powerful ability. Winning the engagement outright if he wasn't going to win it anyway, which he probably would have. Raptors get away with a single model, and they lost their aspiring champion. So Qwest in trouble here, because he's going to need to reinforce those guys, and he's stuck in tier 3 with no resources to spend. Yeah, I think he's mistimed. Oh, look at this. That's why he's got no resources, because he called in Terminators. And look at those Sluggers doing their work. He's going to go for Lightning Claws here and face the Pain Boy of WAAAGH and the Storm Boys and stuff over on Floyd's side. Could also perhaps teleport into this Weird Boy and take him down with those Lightning Claws, we'll see. That Weird Boy basic attack is awesome. Look at that. Disrupted 3 squads with it. And does a hefty amount of damage as well. 314, 286, 2-to-1 cap, I should say, for the Orks. Can Floyd deal with these Storm Boys supported by this Ork army? Hive Tyrant is back up and has Rending Talons. Also has the bonded exoskeleton now. Should have gone for improved Synapse, I think. We'll see how he does. He is stunned by the big stop there. Look at this trophy rack for the Warboss. An awesome choice in this fight. Passive damage reduction to all of Floyd's stuff that's nearby. That's going to be a very interesting melee fight as it goes on. Hormagaunts are there. Do they have their Ender Swarm? They do not. They do have Adrenal Glands though. There's that Bomber Boys. Floyd is tier 3, so we might see fully upgraded Hormagaunts alongside the Gene Stealers and those Adrenal Gland Warriors, and that's going to be awesome to see. 314, 254. Does he have an upgrade for the Terminators? He's gone for the autocannon. The safer choice perhaps is a very powerful ranged weapon. Chaos Raptors have such good upgrades. Not quite as much hit points, of course, as other Terminator variants, especially without their claws. 3750. Bunch of stunned Tyranids because of the big stomp, I imagine. Warboss in trouble though. Healed there by the Pain Boy, puts Ard Boys on himself and survives the boys coming in to help him out. 314, 244. Level 2 Hive Tyrant is going to help out quite a lot with those Rending Talon Seismic Roar. But is it going to be enough? I think Rags has him out meleeed at the moment. The Warboss buffs alongside that Pain Boy is just so powerful. 314244. Kommando has a rocket launcher that will actually help do quite a lot of damage to those Terminators. Mega Boom Kit as well. And Stick Bombers and his looters, as we saw there. Where are they? Over here, Ingrid. Oh, they're in the building. They have a Beamy Death Gun. Chaos Lord with the Armored Inferno. Level 3. Done well. Warboss on his way to level 3. Kommando is level 4. It's a 2-to-1 for blue. Raptors decapping blue's natural there. Womagon's taking mid. I hear a Rocks on Qwest stuff, and his Terminators are just sitting there taking it. Lost a model, very lucky not to lose 2. And they're teleporting to run back to base. Terminators, of course, cannot retreat unless you are a Force Commander Terminator, because he's a little scaredy pants. Bomber Boys on the blob of Tyranids, he's used that quite well. Hard Boys up on the Storm Boys. Tyranids in amongst a bunch of stuff. There's the big stomp though from the Warboss. Boom. Womagon needs to run. And there is the run. Where's the Hive Tyrant at? He's there. Couldn't make him out there in the melee with his indicator gone. But he's taken out Shooter Boys with those Rending Talons. They're a 75 DPS melee weapon. Nothing to sniff at. 296, 218, but there's user choppers on those Storm Boys jumping into retreat path of the Warriors. Pain Boys there as well. Relatively lucky to go away. Here we have the Doom of Malantine for Floid. This could be a big game changer, or it could die immediately. Let's see. Was toned down very slightly in Beta 7. Now its Absorb Life ability has a slightly smaller range, I believe it is. Smaller radius. That's his shield up, and there is the Absorb Life. And that was a Seismic Roar as well. Wow, almost finished off the Storm Boys. The Doom Malantine, powerful super unit sub-commander type thing. Can't level up. Really good at dealing with blobs of infantry with its damage over time. Hive Tyrant trying to decap while being shot to bits by shooters. Warboss runs away. Now how is Rags going to respond to this Doom? Is he just going to pile into it and try to get down? Hasn't got the Bang Bang Hammer for his Warboss yet. I suppose he wants knobs on the field. 296, 218. 1-to-1 cat. Chaos Lord in amongst some Orcs and forces them off. You see that demoralizing effect from the Chaos Terminators on kills. Raptors have done well. Level 2. 291, 218. Stick bombs again from the Kommando Knob. He's almost level 5 now. And Chaos Lord is decapping blue team's natural. Red team back into this. These Terminators have really helped that side for Qwest. He's struggling to get another unit on the field though. Almost level 4 Chaos Lord. He did decap. And now Floyd is sitting mid. He has a Brood Nest up. Doom Malantine. Gene Stealers under melee Synapse. The Synapse of Synapse creatures actually increases in effectiveness as you level up the unit as well. So it is important to keep your units around even for Tyranids and level them up. 257, 218. Basically buffing the entire army every time you level up your Synapse creature. There's a heal over time on those Storm Boys. I assume he has the stronger Gitsaws. There it is. 248, 218. Floyd perhaps overextended, needs to retreat. His Hive Tyrant there is a weird boy coming over from Adila, has a looted tank up. Doom of Malantine will not passively regenerate energy, needs to use either Spirit Leech or Absorb Life to get some back. 239, 218, looted tank hiding behind a wall. A pretty good tank. The Hawkeye tank has a disruptive shot. It's not typical for tanks to be able to disrupt from range, so that's pretty damn useful. 239, 218, those Chaos Space Marines very bunched up, and that hit terrain very unlucky for Adila, but those guys do get away. They have an aspiring champion now and Eternal War. Now he needs to focus on dealing with that tank. He does have an autocannon Terminator squad, of course. Rags with a tank of his own. Does he have Rending Claws? Gene Stealers, he doesn't. Now he does. These guys will now do heavy melee damage, will rip apart anything. As you can see there, they are infiltrating because they've been left idle for a few seconds. Really good for guarding victory points with that. 222, 218, so 1-to-1 cap, so close on VPs. Doom needs some energy back. Hive Tyrant running in. Maybe he should get the Psychic Scream. It's quite a cheap accessory and will help him out here. He is quite energy intensive though with the invulnerability and the Seismic Roar. Boom. 222, 206. Here comes Qwest running in under Thorn Worship. Can he get here in time to help out though? He can't. Floyd is in retreat here. There's the Raptor jump. Warboss now has the Power Claw. 95 DPS, heavy melee. Nothing particularly wants to fight this guy now. 222, 196 is level 4 as well. Chaos Lord decapping the VP. Raptors in retreat, as are Heretics. I bet he wish he had touch of Noggle right about now. Stormboy is jumping in, stunning nearby enemies because of that Knob Leader and working a treat versus Terminators. As you can see there, Terminators are very vulnerable to stuns because they can't retreat out of them, and these guys are dead. Look at the damage, that is nuts. Went down in seconds to that Orc blob of death. Level 3 Stormboys, how much damage are those guys doing? Level 3 Painboy as well. Sluggers also level 3. Rag's done really well with his melee army here. Dumalantai retreating out of there. Stormboy is absolutely terrorizing Floyd. Even though he answered with Gene Stealers and has Seismic Roar and other things, he just can't control them at all. Maybe he should get a Barb Strangler Warrior Brood as well as the Adrenal Gland guys. Or maybe just get a Carnifex out if he can. I'm sure he wants to. 222, 192. Now he's caught in a situation where he wants to keep pressure on, but he doesn't want to bleed too much, so he won't be able to afford anything else. Very careful balance he needs to lead now. Doom Valentine needs some energy badly. Is this both the Orc players over here? It is. Adila also here with his Weird Boy using the Warpath. And he has those shooters over here as well. Down goes that Capillary Tower. 222, 182. Qwest meanwhile is coming over, but he has a relatively small army here. Really struggled to get anything else on the field since he got those Terminators, spent his resources upgrading his Chaos Space Marines. Instead, that was a very good Let the Galaxy Burn though. Wow, hit those double shooters very well. In fact, took out a squad there, or at least helped to. Here comes the Hive Tyrant, has the invulnerability up, a very expensive ability to use in terms of energy. I think it's 80 energy to use that. 222, 162. Special attack, doesn't have the energy to use the Seismic Roar yet. Now he does, 50 energy I believe it is. Weird Boy goes down, and he's going to explode after a while. Very rarely does he hit anything, might hit some Tyranids here though. Now they're in retreat, and he doesn't hit anything. Double looted tanks here. Pain in the arse for Floyd. Especially if they use that destructive boom shot well. Painboy lives. On his way to level 4 here. And we have some more Chaos Terminators for Qwest. That's why he's got no resources. I forgot he lost the other one. Is he going to go for claws this time? I don't think that was a good choice, getting another Terminator squad, because they're just going to get ripped to shreds again unless he gets them claws and supports them well, which he might not be able to. 213, 159, Plague Marines on the field. Got a small buff in Beta 7. These guys now have even more health regeneration, and they'll be able to put a little bit of pressure on that looted tank. Warboss stomping nothing. He has Ard Boys and user choppers on these sluggers, level 4 sluggers. Doom Malantai hasn't done a whole lot, has it? Does have a bunch of energy back now, so we might see a big engagement here with Cataclysm and Paroxysm and a Carnifexes on the field. I'm sure he wants the Thorn back. He might go for a Barb Strangler though. Looks like Floid wants to push. Nob squad on the field for Adila. WAAAGH going for some flash gets. These guys also got a couple of small buffs in Beta 7. Their upgrades now cost less. The flash gets, that is. Nob squad now fully upgraded for Adila with huge hammers, Nob leader and Mina and Greener. Might see a big engagement here, but Qwest needs to help out. Here comes that Chaos Lord. Level 5, he might want to get his Blood Maul up. Do need to keep under consideration what your teammate is also facing when you're kitting out your stuff. There's a Tyranids formation hitting Orks as they retreat. Lots of good disruption from this global, but it's largely dodged there. He does have a Barb Strangler Carnifex, basically a plasma cannon that suppresses. Very powerful weapon. Killing a bunch of Orks there. These Raptors in trouble. He's going to lose them. Just losing track of his Raptors. Does happen in games like this. That Beamy Death Gun Looter taken out. Good push from Red. Good push. Warrior Brood are staying in the field. Genestealers with Rending Claws trying to kill stuff, but took so much damage coming in there. That can be a problem for Tyranids. Closing ground quickly. Doom Manatite is forced off. That Barb Strangler Carnifex is still there, and it can birth out Spawn Mines, as you just saw there. Shooters just about getting away from WAAAGH. Big engagement over this VP. 189, 134, 2-1 cap for Red Team. Qwest getting some more Plague Marines up, doing that durability and threat to vehicles. Wow, Termagant's deleted off the map by a couple of tank shots, and these guys need repairs. Sluggers are the repair unit for Orks. The Mech Boy can also repair. 182, 134. Might see Qwest go down the east side and cap this, or maybe not. Nob squad is there. Adila's Nob squad. Did the flash gets hit the field? Don't see them anywhere, and the roster is too long to see them if they came out. They might just be blind, but I don't see them, no. Look at this. Mech Boy is doing surgery on these Storm Boys now. We'll see if he can spot what he goes for. Usually +1 speed is the best thing to get. Didn't see the health increase, so that's probably what he did. Could have gone for the damage increase as well. 182, 114. Op squad. Are they going to go and batter this Chaos Lord? He's trying to take his power back there. Not sure if double Plague Marines was the way to go, and I love Plague Marines, but he needs a bit more bite in his army, I think. Plague Marines are not exactly damage dealers. If you can get them both shooting at a looted tank, it will put some real pressure on it, but there's going to be so much other stuff floating around and smacking stuff in the face. Here comes the Hive Tyranids who try and decap with invulnerability up. Everything in the world shooting at him still, though, for some reason. Tyranids in amongst Orks, and they are destroying them here. That's what happens when you don't have your Warboss buffs to help you out. Absolutely disintegrated. Tyranids need to run away now, though. Is Floyd still pushing? Looks like he is. Look at the Dakar. And there you see the flash kits, they were up. Maybe I did just not see them. But here they are on the field. Really good range DPS. Getting shot up here, though. They give you 20 red per model. Wow. 179, 88. Carnifex backing off. Got a bunch of XP this thing. More Plague Marines for Qwest. Did reasonably well there, though. Outlasted the engagement and put some pressure on the tank here. Some Corn Worship to boost their speed, which is of course their major shortfall. Warboss is this absolutely decimating them, though, with that Power Claw. What level is this guy now? Level 6. One of the almost level 6. Hive Tyrant on his way to level 5, and the Chaos Lord level 6. Should get his hammer, this guy, I think. He's got triple Plague Marines now. That's the Cataclysm from the Doom of Valentine, knockback and some damage over time. 156, 88, stopping the cap there then. Can't do a lot to vehicles though, the Doom. Its biggest weakness, I suppose. Especially if you can march a walker up to it and smack it around. 156, 88, another Cataclysm. Really good tool to stop caps, as you can see there. It doesn't cost a lot of energy either. Carnifex, almost level 2. We have some Corn Worship here. Plague Marines are hurting though. Maybe a Brood Nest up from Floid to help out. He might be saving for another nuke. And there's that kaboom. Look at the knockback strength on that thing. It is insane. Look how far away those Greenskins were knocked. 156, 88 is not able to decap though, and it's all kicking off over the contested. I have Tyrant in amongst things with invulnerability up. There's the seismic roar again. But now he needs to run. Carnifex with that Barb Strangler taking shots. Doom of Manatite using Absorb Life. Sluggers are forced off though. Warboss is still charging around though, almost level 7 with that trophy rack as well. No telling how much that has helped in engagements, that trophy rack, and he's had it for a long time. Shutting down that Tyranid damage from close range. We have Commandos, and down goes a looted tank. Commandos up for Adila. Their Nob leader gets a rocket launcher. We're just taken out there though. They've thrown their burner bomb on the VP and it's being capped by a Plague Marines, at least they're trying to. 156, 88 Commandos of course do have the 50% faster capping rate, so can be vital at the closing stages of games like this. Red team holding on. Greenskins live. Level 3 now. Level 3 warriors as well, supporting them, and then with Synapse. A bunch of dead stuff, wow. 156, 88, Qwest calling for a nest. A good call, I think. Are we going to see one from Floid? Not. Oh, there it is. 150, 88, should have put it behind a wall or something if you could. I suppose there's nothing close enough. Red team have taken the contested, and the Chaos Lord is putting pressure on this. Can he decap it? That was Let the Galaxy Burn. There's right enemy crosshairs. Bang. Can't knock down the Chaos Lord though, of course. 137, 88. Chaos Lord should be able to decap quite easily. Can he even cap it there? There's an Imperial Abyss. Global nuke from Chaos was buffed slightly in Beta 7. Now the stuff around the very center does slightly more damage. What's this? Warboss pressuring Red's natural. We have Barb Strangler Warriors now for Floid. He has gone for some Barb Strangler Warriors alongside that Barb Strangler Carnifex as well. Stormboy's jumping in. These guys must be level 4. They are. And they are doing insanely scary amounts of damage in melee combat. Barb Strangler Warriors controlling stuff. Where is the Carnifex? Guarding mid. Might want to bring it over here. Down goes the Warboss. Has Odd Boys up, but down he goes. Genestealers doing very well there, getting away as well. Pain Boy level 4 must be, yes. Up to 11, 64 hit points, that's not bad. 118, 81 now. Floyd realizing that he needs to bring more stuff over here. And his Qwest as well. No sign of Marco Zinch to use against the Nob squad. Level 4 Chaos Space Marines as well, they were doing a lot of damage if they had Marco Zinch. 5 Hive Tyrant, 112, 84 in retreat now though. Chaos Lord continuing to pressure this east side, and now he has Lightning Claws and Demonic Visage. There's Kill the Weak on the Nobs, decaps and retreats out. 107 and 8, these triple Plague Marines now dominating the center, and here I was saying it was a bad choice to get double. As you saw from chat there, I think WAAAGH's very frustrated fighting these triple Plague Marines, just outlasting anything. Not a huge amount of damage, but they stay on the field. And triple Plague Marines will put a lot of pressure on the vehicle, especially as they start leveling up. Sluggers are repairing this thing. It's not being pulled back by Adila. He might not know anything about this. That was triple Plague Marine missiles and a Barb Strangler in there. Red team looking pretty good over here now. 102, 68. Shooter Boys level 4. That Barb Strangler Carnifex was an awesome choice for Floyd. Flash Gits with their blasters. That's a Torrent formation though. Just using it to keep the pressure up and force off the Orks. Here comes Adila. He has his Nob Squad halfway through level 1. There's Frenzy, invulnerability to damage and suppression for I think it's 8 seconds or so. But now they've got to fight Gene Stealers, and Nob Squads do not like to fight Gene Stealers at all. And that's Paroxysm on retreat. That is a dead Nob Squad in no time. Level 3 Gene Stealers, forget about it. You're not going to win that fight with Nobs unless you buff the crap out of them. Alongside level 4 Warrior Brood as well. Triple cap for red, 87 to 68. Are they going to win this? Looks like blue team will take their natural back. Adila is struggling for units now, has a Warboss, a Weird Boy I should say, a Kommando Nob and level 4 Sluggers. There's that the Galaxy Burn knocking them off the decap just in time, but they do decap it. Lightning Claw Chaos Lord will tear them to shreds. That's a sync kill. Can go after the Weird Boy now as he's just going to try and turn and cap this. He can't cap it while another unit is capping obviously, so can knock off the Kommando Nob there. There's a single cap, 49-68. Now the Weird Boy will try to cap. Here are Commandos with that range DPS. There's the Kaboom knocking the Chaos Lord flying. Wow, I think that thing can even knock back Walker vehicles and stuff. It's crazy. 40-68. Barb Strangler, wow, really shutting down those Orks, done incredibly well. Really changed the game over here. Nob Squad for WAAAGH now. Not a good choice versus what Floid has. Those Gene Stealers alone will tear them to shreds. He has a Doom as well, and that Carnifex, not to mention the Hive Tyrant itself, which is level 6 now. Red team surely have this, 25-68. Surely, level 2, 2-to-1 cap I should say. They're quite wreck position. Qwest is floating. He lost his other Terminators as well, didn't quite catch that. Lost 2 Terminator squads and he might win this game. 16-68. Triple Plague Marine doing very well. There's a Rocks though on the VP, and Floyd I don't think has noticed, or is he trying to get away that way? Big mistake, should have just retreated out I think, but these guys leveled up to 4 are able to survive, and he retreats them very late there. Triple Plague Marine supported by Broodness. What do? Undercorn Worship as well. You could go in and melee them, but they're just going to explode in your face. Storm Boy's getting a Pain Boy heal there. Tyrant in retreat. Is he going to get away? I don't think he is. No, goes down. 16-68. Spore Mines here. There's Paroxysm on the shooters and the Flash Gits. Now the Doom goes down though, caught by Storm Boys, and they tore it to shreds in seconds. 12-68. Single cap for red. Looks like they're taking this game. Some stick bombers up for Adila. WAAAGH with a sizable army, but he's facing 2 players here. That's the Weird Boy trying to cap, and does just about 8. 66. A single cap for blue, but down goes the Weird Boy. Plague Marines instantly decapping. Chaos Lord has been terrorizing this east side completely alone. Level 7 with Demonic Visage, and of course his self-heal. The nerf doesn't seem to have affected him too much on this east side, doing incredibly well. But it might have made a difference in that engagement because he was unable to use it there. 8-58, down goes the Chaos Lord. Red team taking the contested, but they need to put some pressure on the west side here. There's a single cap. Can red team see this out? Surely they can. No, Nob's got to take the west side for a 1-to-1 cap. They're going to take their natural as well and get a 2-to-1. Tank busters now for Adila. That Carnifex has been awesome. Now level 3. Needs to bring it over here and help out, I think. Wow, those Flash Kits with those blasters are awesome. 5-48. Adila leaving stuff over here to guard it. That Chaos Lord going down is a big deal because now Qwest cannot pressure that. But he has so much wreck. Why is he not repurchasing his Chaos Lord? A big mistake from Qwest. Over 1,000 wreck. He should be repurchasing immediately. 5-34. Double cap for Orks. Is this going to cost red team here? Qwest not repurchasing his commander. He'd have been easily able to deal with those sluggers and decap at least that VP. Big mistake. Triple cap now for the Orks. How have they managed this? I'm not even quite sure. Now Genestill is trying to desperately decap stuff. Stick bombs flying in. And they take it. Wow. Double cap at the end. 5 VPs remaining. How did Red Team lose this? Qwest should have repurchased immediately. Floid should have repurchased as well. Big oversights from both players, floating huge amounts of wreck. Qwest had almost 1500 and didn't repurchase. Blue team didn't give up and took the game somehow. Awesome. Let's look at the commanders. Level 7 Warboss was down. In fact, all of the commanders were down. Kommando was also level 7, very close to level 8. Storm Boys flying through the air there. Level 6 Hive Tyrant, he was getting the warp field when he died. And a level 7 Chaos Lord doing so well on that east side, but needed to be repurchased there. Awesome game. I'm sure I missed tons of stuff. In fact, I know I did. I missed the Terminators going down. But thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you next time.